Something strange has been discovered on Mars. And the strange part isn't that NASA found another unusual rock. It's what that rock may be telling us about Mars billions of years ago. NASA's Perseverance rover has been exploring Jezero Crater, one of the most interesting places on the entire red planet. And in July 2026, NASA revealed new findings from a section of ancient rock near the crater's rim. Scientists discovered a huge sequence of layered rocks, around 75 meters thick, that appears to have been created by repeated asteroid impacts. But here's where things get interesting. These rocks may be more than 3.9 billion years old. That means Perseverance isn't simply looking at rocks. It's looking at a record from one of the most violent periods in the history of our solar system. Imagine going back almost 4 billion years. Earth was still incredibly young. The planets were still being shaped by massive impacts. And Mars was a very different world. Today, Mars looks cold, dry, and almost lifeless. But billions of years ago, scientists believe liquid water existed on its surface. There were ancient rivers. There were lakes. And Jezero Crater itself appears to have once contained a lake. That's one of the biggest reasons NASA chose this location for Perseverance. The rover isn't randomly driving across Mars. It's searching for rocks that may preserve evidence of the planet's ancient environment. And now, scientists have another piece of that puzzle. The newly studied rock layers preserve evidence of repeated asteroid impacts. Think of these layers as a geological history book. Every impact changed the Martian surface. And over billions of years, those changes became trapped inside the rocks. By studying them today, scientists can reconstruct what Mars may have looked like in the distant past. But there's an even bigger question. What does this have to do with life? Well, the answer isn't that NASA has discovered life on Mars. It hasn't, and scientists are very careful about making that claim. But earlier in 2026, NASA also announced that its Curiosity rover had identified 7 organic molecules on Mars that had never previously been detected there. Organic molecules are important because carbon-based chemistry is fundamental to life as we know it. But there's a catch. Organic molecules do not automatically mean life existed on Mars. They can also be created through non-biological chemical processes. So scientists still don't know where these molecules came from. And that's exactly what makes Mars so fascinating. We now have evidence that ancient Mars had water. We have evidence of organic chemistry. And we have ancient rocks that preserve clues about what happened billions of years ago. Put all three together, and the mystery becomes much bigger. Could ancient Mars have once had the right conditions for microbial life? It's possible, but we still don't have proof. And that's why Perseverance is collecting samples. The goal is to eventually get carefully selected Martian rocks back to Earth, where scientists could examine them using much more powerful laboratory equipment. Because a rover on Mars has limits. But laboratories on Earth can perform experiments and analyses that simply aren't possible on the Martian surface. So the real discovery may not have happened yet. The rocks Perseverance is studying today could become even more important in the future. And there is one thing we can already say with confidence. Mars wasn't always the frozen desert we see today. Billions of years ago, it was a much more dynamic world. Water existed. Asteroids repeatedly reshaped the surface. And chemistry capable of preserving organic material existed there. The question is, did anything ever live there? We don't know yet. But every ancient rock Perseverance studies bring scientists one step closer to finding the answer. And perhaps the most incredible part is this. We're using a robot millions of miles away to read a geological record that is almost 4 billion years old. Mars may still be hiding its biggest secret, and Perseverance is slowly uncovering it, one rock at a time.